Ernie, what's up, man?
How you doing? Can you hear me or see me?
I can hear you well. I just haven't seen you yet.
Okay, I got this big old message on here. Got it. And how do I turn the camera on? Let's see.
I think at the very bottom it'll say like start video. It'll be like a little
Start
camera
video.
icon. There
There we
he is,
go.
the man, the myth, the legend. There he is, Big Ernie.
What's
Uh,
cracking?
What's going on, man? What state are you calling me out of today?
California.
California, man. I love California. What part of Cali are you in?
I'm currently in Beaumont, which
Okay,
is
very cool. I'm
kind
out in
of.
the Midwest. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
So you guys got
Gotcha.
like real football teams down there. We don't.
Well, no, Nebraska did all right. I like. I was a big fan of college basketball, college football in Nebraska back in the day.
Yeah, back in the '90s, we were legit. Since then, we've had a little rough run.
Just a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah. Now, man, today's call is really all about you. You just want to get a better indication, really, on who you are, what you're about, the goals that you have, and why we're kind of trying to make this move to the online space. Is that cool?
That's cool.
All right, man. Kind of break it down to me. What are we doing full time? You're in insurance, is that right?
Yeah, that's why I just logged out for lunch. Uh, I do insurance sales for AAA. Mhm.
Okay, cool. How long have you been doing that?
2 years now.
Okay. What got you interested in insurance sales?
Uh, a job.
Just needed something to get these bills paid, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was in the mortgage industry, didn't like the company, and I was like, kind of got burnt out from the mortgage industry. So I was like, insurance sales seems like it'd be, some decent amount of money as well. So just went for it.
Awesome. Now, or is it something that we like, something that we love, or something we're also getting burnt out of a little bit?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't, just working for a company, sometimes, you get micromanaged and all that other stuff I can do without, the selling part of it and dealing with people. Yeah, that's easy,
Yeah.
but the other stuff, it's like, okay, I need to work for myself because y'all getting on my nerves.
Right. So it sounds like the big thing is we don't want to have to ask to use the restroom or go on break. We want to be able to just do things on our own time. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, and just focus on what's important, not jumping through a whole bunch of other hoops. That's doesn't make me money.
Cool. What do you feel like is the biggest importance in your life? Like, what are the priorities that you want to maximize through maybe doing online coaching?
And just getting better time, freeing up some time. I have a 16-year-old daughter, and trying to do stuff for her, and just again, just I'm no spring chicken, so getting some time and some a little bit less stress of a 9 to 5 would be very, very helpful. And
Gotcha.
additional income with helping people would be great. Mhm.
So it sounds like some financial stability, a little bit more time, a little bit more flexibility, be able to
Mhm.
really prioritize family, have that good work-life balance, but more importantly, not have to take answers or questions from anybody else, right?
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Got
I
you.
mean,
So
I don't mind answering questions to anybody else. I am very coachable. And I am they love me over there. I'm a joy when I do go into the office. But just the whole corporate thing is just another bit different beast. Mhm.
yeah, so you're ready to kind of transition and start something completely brand new for yourself, and maybe even
Mhm.
build that generational wealth for your daughter, right?
Yeah, amen. Yes.
I gotcha. So any current certifications, any past experience, anything like that?
No, no current certifications. That was one of my main questions, because I know, there's the ISA and the ACE and the NASMs as far as the PT certifications. Only thing that, as far as me working in the health field or industry, I was a Herbalife distributor for years, and I did, ran fit camps and stuff like that, and worked, different, clients like doing that. But I always felt that there was, it's a better way of doing stuff, of helping people. I know the online spectrum, that's definitely where everybody's at right now.
Yeah.
So just trying to figure out that niche and how can I be involved.
Yeah, we actually offer an optional certification at no additional charge. So it's equal parts fitness, equal parts nutrition. So that would take care of that
Hmm.
certification aspect for you. It's relatively pretty easy to get going. It's 77 questions long, got to get an 80% or better. Open
Hmm.
book, not timed. You can take it as many times as you like. It'll cover equal parts fitness, equal parts nutrition as well. Make sure that you're feeling really qualified to provide recommendations, things of that nature.
Yeah,
Sound good?
absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the things on the question on the app, the application or the questionnaire. I was like, or when I was talking to the guy before, I forgot his name already. I was like, knowledge. I don't want to sound like a dummy.
Yeah, 100%. We want to feel qualified. We want to be confident in what we're delivering to our clients. I totally get that. Now, as
Mhm.
far as financial goals, you mentioned you wanted to hit 3K a month. Are we talking about 3K on top of what you're currently doing, or that's what you want to be generating to replace your current income?
No, I think that's a good place to start to,
Okay.
as far as part-time and on top of what I'm currently doing. Once I hit that goal, then I can focus on, okay, now it's believable. I can do this full-time and take it up to the next notch.
Yeah,
So mm,
let me give you some context behind that. Industry averages on the very low end per client, 300 per month for services per client, all the way up to 500. It's really going to be kind of various depending upon like our unique offer, kind of like all the intricate details that we're going to be providing for individuals. Okay. So
okay.
say for instance, on the like, let's just say you charge at the very low end, $300. Okay. If you
Okay.
had 10 clients, there gets you that 3,000 right there.
Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
So right there, we just know we only need 10 clients out of a world full of billions of people at the very low end. Now think
Right.
about that. If we charge $400 on average per client, and let's say that you were making, let's say you had 20 clients, that gets you 8K per month, which is 96,000 a year.
Right.
25 clients will get us that 10K. Now, in order for you to eventually coach and go full time, what do we need to make to replace your current income?
I would say 8.
8K. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we know we really need to have about 20 to 25 clients, especially if we're charging right in that median range of 400
Hmm.
bucks per client, especially kind of also identifying like you're living in California. So the cost of living is a little bit higher as well. So, and then on top of that, hopefully we have, it sounds like you're pretty well known in your local community. You've been around. So we can really utilize that to like even build our business. So talking to maybe some high schools or talking to like, for instance, my wife, she's in healthcare. So I'll go do free seminars at her job. I'll get 15 referrals off that every single time I do that, right?
Hmm.
Easy ways to grow my business before even diving into the online space. Another
Gotcha.
great way, I'm partnered with a local supplement company out here. So I have all my clients on specific supplementation based upon their goals. That
Hmm.
supplement company will give me 30 to 40 referrals a month because I support their business through my clients. So anyone that
Okay.
calls me is a very warm lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really easy way to get going. Cool. Now we know what your goal is to initially to go part-time. We know what your goal is to want to go full-time. How big do you envision this? Like, is there a specific number that you're looking for to make?
Um, Man, shoot, the sky's the limit. If the, you
Gotcha. So
know,
so no
uh,
cap on earning potential.
no, not at all.
I got you. Cool.
Mm,
Now I would say if you want to be really successful in the program, 10 to 20 hours per week is going to put you in a solid spot. 20 hours or
mm,
more is going to put you in a dangerously great spot. Do we feel like
mm.
we have that time commitment available?
Yeah. Definitely got to, jug some things around, and because AAA is very time consuming.
For sure.
I can, squeeze those hours in early in the morning or later in the evening. Hmm.
See, I love that. Getting resourceful with your time. I'm a master level trainer. So when I was training in person, I was training 40 people a week, 2 to 3 times a week. So I was working from like 4:30 in the morning to 8:30 at night. So all over the place. I got a wife and
Hmm.
5 kids. So my time was extremely limited. How I did it was I got resourceful with my time. I'd pop in a module on the way to the gym, or in your case, on the way to work, on the way home, whatever the case may be. I'd pop one in when I'm doing cardio or when I go on a walk. So I'm not sitting in front of a computer for 20 hours a week. I'm
Right.
listening to modules, and then when I get home, I'm executing whatever it is that I learned. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Yep, cool. I like that. Now, outside of that, I think you mentioned the biggest challenge is just knowing the systems and structure and really knowing where to start. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Anything else
know.
that we feel like could be a possible challenge? Any imposter syndrome,
No, that just
any anxiety, any
uh,
fears?
well, just the normal anxiety of starting something new, and the belief level of I actually can accomplish this. But I know that certain set mini goals first, and once you start getting those first little tiny goals, that'll give you more confidence for the big goals. Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Now, is this our first steps on actually trying to make this kind of more of a reality toward moving our work to the online space?
Yeah, this is I've been seeing a lot of is the algorithms on the phones these days. So once you look at one or click on one, you get all kind of classes and boot camps and courses and schools that are advertising this stuff now. So I'm just trying
Awesome.
to figure out which one's the best ones for me, that I can actually accomplish this goal, and because like I said, no spring chicken. So I want to start doing something that's for me, and have that comfortability to not have to worry about a job. I know I can do this as long as I keep going.
Yeah, 100%. So the beautiful thing about this is, which we'll dive into here shortly, you're going to have an assigned one-on-one coach the entire 4 months. So the 4 months is
Mm.
going to be the entire term of the enrollment period. So you're going to have
Okay.
an assigned one-on-one coach. And I know that your profession is in sales, but it's vastly different with online sales versus insurance, right? Even different
Mhm.
than from in-person training sales to online sales. So you'll also have a sales coach as well when we're averaging about 2 to 3 Zoom calls per week. We're going to help you overcome those sales objections that you'll hear time and time again in the online space. So that way you're able to close down calls at a 40% clip or greater to have a much more larger return on investment. You'll also have group support calls. So we get a ton of support to ensure your level of success. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Now you mentioned as far as what you needed was some guidance. So I'm assuming some like really step-by-step game plan, some resources, some accountability. Is that about right?
That's correct.
Cool. Now, where would you like to see your life differently in the next 4 to 6 months than where it's currently at?
Well, the next 4 to 6 months, if I'm able to bring in, $3,000 to $5,000 a month, that'll change anybody's life tremendously, actually. But to have that on top of what my income here, um, it'll just open up a whole lot of things for me, and less stress level, and able to, like I said, do things for my daughter and stuff like that.
Yeah, you mentioned now a couple times your daughter. Like that's probably is that the
Mhm.
intrinsic motivation right now? We're doing the majority of this because we want to provide something additional for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
How big of a priority is this, not just for your family, but how big of a priority is this for you to like really take this next phase of life?
No, it's huge. It's, again, I wasn't clicking on these videos or, just browsing. I was like, I want to make something happen.
Right, 100% cool. Now, let me ask you this question. Let's just say, and nothing wrong with it. Let's just say, in a hypothetical, you weren't to move forward with your online coaching. You still got this great job, got this great family, you're making good money. But what happens if we're not feeling 100% fulfilled or nothing much changes? What does life look like for you in the next like 6 to 12 months?
Mm, well, Rome wasn't built in a day. I would think if I'm not expecting, a miracle. I know things could take work. Usually stuff is a 2 to 5 year plan. So, I got to give this, got to give it some time, um, um, and everybody's story is different. So, if it takes me, 4 months, or it takes me 12 months, if I get to the goal, I'm good.
Awesome. Now let's flip that question. Let's say you move forward with your coaching, you're hitting your goals. Maybe you're hitting
Mm,
even 8 to 10K. You're working coaching full time. Got that
mhm,
flexibility. You're running your own business.
mhm.
What does life look like for you and your daughter at that point?
Oh, it's amazing, bigger place, because I don't have her full time, so I get my own place with a room for her. Um, it's just, you know, like I said, it'll just open up to me tremendously. She's just be a senior in high school next year, so she'll have a lot more things that, able to afford for her, and so her happiness is the priority.
I love that. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my notes, make sure I have everything correct. Okay.
Hmm.
You'll correct me, or we can always add something in, or I can reduce something off. But then we're going to dive into all things NLC. I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to get you to your goals and even past that. Is that cool?
Okay.
All right. So we are based out of California. Right now, we've been in full-time insurance sales for AAA for the last 2 years. Biggest reason why we're on the call is you have a passion for fitness, but you want to be able to have more financial stability, more flexibility, more time with your daughter, and just not have to work for anybody else. Biggest goal right now, initially to start off, would just be to hit 3 to 5K would be like life changing for us. But if we wanted to be able to, quit our job and do this thing full time, 8K would be ideal. But there's no earning potential. He bumps the fist. He's like, "Let's go, let's go." Biggest challenge right now is just systems and structures, really knowing where to start. What we tried is these are our first steps of just getting some information and trying to lock something in. What we need is guidance, step by step, and some just overall more knowledge. In the next 4 to 6 months, we'd like to be hitting 3 to 5K a month, have less stress, and just more opportunities for your family. If you were to hit your goals, life would be amazing. You'd have a bigger place, more opportunities to support your daughter financially, emotionally, just a lot more, more happiness, more fulfillment. How'd I do?
Right. That's good. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to dive in. Let me know when you can see my screen and we'll take it from there. Cool.
Got it.
All right. Let me know when you're up.
Yep, I see it.
All right. So as you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. This is a big deal. We are accredited through the Better Business Bureau, and we got an A+ rating, which is the highest you can get. Kind of solidifies who we are in the online space, but overall as a business as well. Also backed by ACE, NASM, and ISSA. So you mentioned those earlier. Those are some of the biggest certification companies in the world, and they view us as reputable continuing education. So if you had one of those certifications, you would have continuing CEUs, which is awesome. Now, on the success ladder, we're going to have 2 tiers. We're going to have 10K Accelerator. We'll have Mastery Level Coach. Now, 10K Accelerator is great for an individual such as yourself, someone who is looking to make that transition from 9 to 5, create some massive impact on the online space, even get certified. Information is geared to get you from 0 up to 10K in as little as 4 months, if so desired. Mastery Level is when we're hitting 10K a month on a consistent basis, and maybe your focal point changes to now 50, 60 to 100K months on a consistent basis, stepping away from the coaching aspect, becoming more of a CEO, learning how to lead leaders. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Our program is broken up into 4 phases. The first thing we want to do is we want to show you how to get a couple clients right out the gate. Then we'll establish a solid business foundation by generating leads organically to maximize all 3 platforms. We'll develop sales and client retention strategies to help you reach, sustain, and surpass that 10K per month. Now, on the support side of things, it's second to none. I mentioned this one earlier. You're going to have an assigned one-on-one coach. That individual that you're paired up with has completed both 10K and Mastery Level, so they have a 6 or 7 figure business built off the information, so they're battle tested. You'll have a customized game planning call with that individual to review where you're at, where you want to be, and the most efficient way to get there. Then you'll have private one-on-one coaching, either weekly or bi-weekly, pending your needs, which we'll kind of figure out toward the end of the call. But this is an excellent opportunity to revisit the game plan, make changes, receive feedback, get very specific instructions on what you need to execute for the upcoming weeks. You also have private one-on-one sales coaching. So again, once we completed those sales modules, we'll introduce you to the sales coach, help you get a larger return of investment. And then bi-weekly roster group coaching calls accompanied by 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate your current 9 to 5. So this would go over client objection handling, client delivery, marketing, lead generation, mindset issues, even case studies. Outside of that, you'll have bonus bi-weekly group support calls with Chad, which is awesome. And then 24/5 tech support. So outside of all of that game planning calls, you'll have access to your coach 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. They're contractually obligated to answer every single one of your questions. Now, starting your own fitness business is awesome. It's amazing, but it's really hard work. It gets overwhelming at times. So we've created what we call the Zenpreneur method. We help with weekly mindset calls, breath work, meditation, even journaling sessions, just to always ensure you're in a good headspace to move forward within your business. Any questions on that part?
No. As far as the one-on-one coaching or coaching assigned is like, are people, are they, you know, are they basically, if I'm successful, are you guys giving them any kickbacks for, anything that I produce or whatever? Or is that how that works?
Nope. So all you would be investing in is the course. We don't get anything out of like your level of success, right?
Okay.
Maybe some bragging rights, right? To just say that, hey, Ernie killed it in LCA, right? But outside of that, no, we don't take any kickoffs.
Okay.
So really not any type of MLM. So
okay.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Resources you'll have. You're going to have the course curriculum. You'll have that Zenpreneur method we just got done discussing. This will be a game changer for you. So done for you programming by Evolve Health and Performance. So one of our mastery level coaches, Kayla Diamond, she's a certified strength and conditioning specialist. Her whole team has created different templates for beginner, intermediate, advanced. So based upon whatever individuals in front of you, you kind of customize that plan. There's drop down menus, different intensity techniques. So it saves you hours of time each week to be able to get their programs out to them. You don't have to utilize that, but it does save a lot of time. We'll also give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes or enhancements. And then we do also offer that optional certification at no additional charge. Any questions on that?
Nope.
All right. Now, there's going to be 4 phases on how we get you to 10K. Okay. Phase 1, act first. We're going to have you launch your business. You'll announce to the world who you are, what you're about, but we will provide you strategies to get your first 1 to 10 clients. Phase 2, we're going to set up all your backend systems. Make sure you're a fully legal company. Identify what problems you solve for individuals. And then based upon that, we really can create a specific structure of pricing for you. Okay. Phase 3, we're going to teach you how to maximize Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We'll even start going into like podcasts, YouTube. Then we'll show you how to generate more client engagement through WhatsApp community chat. And then from there, we'll show you how to close down deals a little bit more efficiently. Phase 4, it's like the fine tuning, maximizing your sales skills, having consistent client delivery systems, but emphasizing the customer support and client retention to keep people happy for longer periods of time and enhance that user experience. Any questions on that?
Nope.
All right. Now, this is the inside of our course. 35 total modules. Each module is going to have an overview link. It'll also be associated with videos. The link in the videos are tutorial style, so you always know exactly what to do. Okay. So the first step to getting your first 1 to 10 clients, we talked about strategies. So we list out numerous ones for you. The cool thing is some of the resources we provided for you are already done for you, so it makes our time more efficient. The 10K Accelerator Directory, I want you to view this as onboarding material that will help you become a better student. It shows you how to maximize the program to its fullest capabilities. Now, the success roadmap will be a 2-part phase. So how do we get you from 0 to 5K first? And then what's the steps to get you from 5 to 10? So step-by-step strategies with videos, even timelines based upon your goals. Now, based upon your goals, we want to implement daily and evening routines. We also know that fear of failure, anxiety, imposter syndrome, those are all natural, normal feelings, but we teach you how to move past that to move forward within your business. From there, we've identified the top 10 struggles that you'll face as a fitness entrepreneur, but we've provided solutions behind each and every one of these as well.
Now, does all your coaches have six packs?
No, not at all. So really what it's about is we want people to feel like they can resonate with you. So to give you an example, you're going to figure out a pain point that you solve for individuals. So give you an example. I cater to men 35 to 50 that are high-level executives. So think about men 35 to 50. What are those type of, when they're in that type of line of work, what problems do they have? They're usually not eating very healthy because they're always on the go. They have meetings. Right. They don't work out very frequently. And if they do have family or wife or kids, they're not home very often because they're always on the go, right? So if they're not home, their wife and family start to resent them at times. Okay, so for men, there's a few things that we need to feel valued. So that's money, power, respect, and sex. If one of those 4 things are missing, we've got major problems, right? So I teach men how to optimize their performance. So that way they're a beast in the boardroom, but they're also a leader to their family. They're that husband their wife desperately needs. And then they're also being taught healthier habits to maximize outside the boardroom. See what I'm saying? So I'm not posting a 6-pack. I'm posting how I can solve their problems. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. From there, administration systems and Chat GPT is where things get interesting. Have you started messing around with Chat GPT yet?
No.
So Chat GPT is kind of like Google on steroids. It's like a high-power virtual assistant, okay? We're going to show you how to maximize this to make your job more efficient. We can use this to create SOPs, content creation ideas, even streamline your programming and your nutrition with this thing. Backend systems, we'll show you Wave and Stripe for payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform and Calendly for people to be able to book calls and apply for your services. We even have recommendations for certain applications you can utilize to upload all of your programming, all of your nutrition, make it more customizable for your client. Now, every module is going to have an overview document. So when you click on this, off to the right, this is going to be all the videos that accompany this module. Okay. Now below here, it's going to be your written material. So you click on this. And when you click on this, this will save to your Google Docs. You'll always have access. So as you can see, this covers the entire module in written format. So literally, as long as you know how to read and follow instructions, you're in a great spot, right? Now, if you're more of a visual learner or you want to listen to audio while you're driving or something, you just click on one of these videos. So let's pretend that you're setting up Wave for payments. Check this out. So as you can see, he's showing you exactly how to navigate each thing, what to type in. It literally gets no easier than that.
Okay.
All right, we're going to do the same thing for your financial systems. So we're going to show you how to set up your LLC, get your employment identification number, when and how to open up the business bank account, when to pay quarterly taxes, when to pay yourself, examples of business write-offs, All of your business legalities are covered through here. Okay. The cool thing is, if you were to file your LLC the traditional way, it takes roughly 2 to 3 weeks. We're partnered with an AI company. It takes like 2 to 3 hours. We can get it done in a fraction of the time, make things more efficient.
Okay.
From there, we'll move into target settings. So we're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision, really deep diving into your specific goals. And then from there, we're going to identify your ideal challenge or what problems you solve for individuals. Based upon that, we'll create your offer and pricing. So this is going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, or do it yourself program. So the more that you do for individuals, the higher the ticket offer. The high ticket offer is established upon your overall length of terms. So we'll help create that unique angle in the structure of your pricing, teach you how to create downsells and discounts when applicable. Any questions on that so far?
No, it's a lot of information.
It is, right? That running your own business, there's a lot of things that we have to take into consideration. So we make sure that there's no stone unturned. Next, we're going to move into social media. So we're going to show you how to do 1 hour's worth of work and get 7 to 14 different pieces of content created by utilizing some AI software. So we're more consistent when things are a little bit more efficient as well. Now that we have that content, we want to spread it across all these platforms. So first, we want to show you how to set up a podcast on YouTube so more people understand who Ernie is, what he's about, and the message that he's trying to convey. And then from there, we're going to show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, TikTok related. So it's more than just randomly posting, very specific strategies and resources behind every one of these platforms. From there, we'll move into content creation made easy. This is just a really cool introduction to Canva Basic, Canva Pro, Microsoft Designer. Really helps with your page aesthetics, page organization, great for branding and logos as well. And then from there, we'll move into the 10K lead generation framework that starts off with earned media. I want you to think of earned media as like inbound marketing or people raising their hand trying to reach out to you first. They want to know what Ernie's got going on. They want to be a part of that. So we show you different strategies and resources to incentivize those people who want to reach out to you. A really cool example, maybe cross-pollination. Maybe you're partnered with another coach or even maybe another insurance agent. Cool. So check this out. Their audiences get to see who you are and vice versa. So now we have more followers, we have more engagement, which means we can pump out more resources to build that trust in that relationship, which could lead to a scholarship strategy, which incentivizes people to take action quick. There's limited spots available. It just builds up excitement. Okay. So really one of your clients, like you have experience in like insurance or maybe even with real estate, you could be working with professionals like that because you understand the time constraints and how stressful it can be and how you could solve some of those people's problems. Cool. From there, we're going to move into conversation and call. So this is outbound marketing. This is you reaching out to individuals first. So really maximizing your local community, right? Even reaching out to, again, maybe past insurance companies that you work for, how you can maximize, their performance. But then when we do dive into the DMs or into social media, we'll give you specific scripts you can change based upon your own tonality. We'll give you conversation and call examples. But more importantly, we show you exactly where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms, how to build and nurture these relationships, have more intimate one-on-one conversations by filtering them through a WhatsApp group. So that way those individuals have an opportunity to speak to people you currently have served or have serviced in the past. From there, we're going to move into the beginning stages of how to run ads. Let me go back here. So this is going to be a very inexpensive way to build massive momentum, which will lead us to our referral strategy. Friends, families, coworkers, ex-clients talking about how amazing you are. We'll show you strategies and incentives to get them to want to bring you referrals every single month without you actually having to ask for it. So it kind of comes on autopilot for you. Any questions on that?
Nope.
All right. Last part of this. This is your bread and butter, sales. We're going to teach you the sales psychology, how to maximize your sales capabilities, because we really want to set up 2 types of phone calls. The first is a meet and greet. It's like a 10-minute screening call. You're trying to identify, do I want to work with this person? Can I solve their problem? If you identify that's someone that you want to work with, we'll take them to that closing call. So we're going to teach you how to, we'll provide specific scripts. We'll teach you how to create downsells and discounts. This will be a game changer, understanding how to create financing options for people who normally couldn't afford your programming, and then how to lock them in once and for all and set standards and expectations. Now, whether you lock them in or not, we want to go back and we want to track all this. We want to track how many calls were booked, how many showed, how many closed, and at what length of terms. So we give you our resources to do this more efficiently so you have predictable data every single month. Objection handling is going to be all the excuses you're going to hear on the online space as to why someone cannot start your program. We give you over 30 different examples of what you'll hear on a daily basis. The more you can get familiar with this, the easier it is to overcome those objections and get them to want to start sooner rather than later. From there, onboarding is probably the most overlooked area by 90% of coaches and trainers. Someone's first 30 days in your program. This will make or break if people want to continue with you. We want to make sure buyer's remorse is low, energy is high, getting them resources within that first 24 to 48 hours while we're building out their programming, setting standards and expectations, and really building that trust. Client delivery is the fun stuff. This is the week-to-week process and how we deliver services. We just show you how to do this a little bit more efficiently by utilizing some of the newest software that we have available. We'll even show you how to create customized roadmaps to really paint a picture on how we're going to get individuals to their goals. And then we'll also teach you how to track client success metrics to ensure they're getting world-class results. From there, we're also going to go into communication styles. What happens when someone's ghosting you, they don't want to listen, then maybe they want to quit? Why is that? How do we mitigate it? Oftentimes, those individuals want to feel like they're part of the larger community, so we show you how to create that. We'll also show you how to create more individualized touch points, challenges, and incentives to get them to want to execute on a more consistent basis for you. From there, we got customer support. It's not the not so fun side of things. How do we deal with cancellations, refund requests? What if someone needs to pause services for an extended period of time? How do we track that? And then lastly, client retention. We want to keep people in the program for long periods of time, advanced into higher levels of your programming. Any questions on all that?
No, that's a lot of information.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's go over a quick recap, and then we'll go over next steps. Sound good?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, so it's a 4-month program. You're going to have a customized game planning call with your coach. You'll have a one-on-one coach all 4 months. You'll have private one-on-one coaching calls, either weekly or biweekly. You'll have a private sales coach, that Facebook community and CEO trainings. 6 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support, done for you programming, an optional certification, and the business course curriculum. Is there anything you felt like we missed?
Nope, that's it. I gotta put some glasses on because it's kind of small. Yeah, ready. All right.
All right, now we unpacked quite a bit. Now, out of all those things that we unpacked, maybe it was 1 or 2 things that kind of solidified this was the program you were looking for.
I mean, it's it's very intensive, and I see that you guys focus on making this actual business, which is great. And I'm all about the coaching, as long as a lot of programs like, I'm gonna be there every step of the way, but are they really?
For sure. So to kind of answer that, that's what I kind of really wanted to dive into again, is I really want to highlight that Better Business Bureau rating. And I also want to highlight all the different touch points that you'll have. So that 24/5 tech support, when I went through a course like this, I really overused that 24/5 tech. I mean, I was texting on a regular basis just so people always knew what I was doing. But then you have so many different touch points. Even that private Facebook group was really valuable. You get different perspective from people that are currently in the course or from other coaches as well. So as long as you show up and just do the work, and the way this is laid out, it's step by step. You don't move forward until you complete the one in front of it. So it's a grow as you go type of program. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Cool. Now, how are we feeling so far? Pulse check. Do we like it? Do we love it? Do we hate it? What are our thoughts?
Oh, I like it. Now it's like I'm waiting for the hammer to drop. Okay, all right. What's the investment? What's the cost?
I got you. We're almost there. Okay. That's going to be dependent upon these 2 things right here. So which option is going to be best for you, either weekly or biweekly? So weekly is great. It's limited, by the way. So there's limited slots, but it means you have weekly touch points with your coach. So we're able to kind of track what's going on with your business a lot closer. If there's any gaps or holes, we have more eyes on it. We're able to catch it. Biweekly is great as well. If you're maybe a type A person, you're really good with checklists and resources, and you're able to execute without as much hand holding. And I say hand holding very loosely because there's a lot you have to do on your own, regardless of which option you do. But this is where you'll have coaching every 2 weeks versus every week. Okay. It also saves you a little bit of coin as well. Pending your payment plan options. Okay. So out of those 2, which do you think probably works best for you?
The biweekly, I mean, is that every other week, or is that what?
Yep, it's every 2 weeks. Yep. So basically you have like 2 times a month. You'd have calls 2 times a month versus 4 times.
I'd rather do the weekly.
Cool. All right. Awesome. I'm only going to share 2 testimonials, and then we're going to get to the nitty gritty of what you're asking about. Cool.
All right.
All right. So this is Karina. I like to share Karina's because she was making about $2K a month, but her goal was she wanted to quit her job. She wanted financial freedom, and she wanted more time with her kids. Those are all alignment with what you were looking for. First tattoo indicates when she started NLCA. Bottom tattoo indicates when she quit her job. That's a real tattoo. She was able to quit her job in 4 months. After 6 months, she was collecting 10 to 12K a month on a regular basis. She's now making 15K a month, works about 45 hours a week as a one-woman show. So she has that flexibility, she has that balance.
Mhm.
Okay. As far as uncapped potential, I know that was one of your other goals, right? I'm going to introduce you to Jen Richards. So Jen is an IFBB pro. This is her husband, Darren. In 2015, she was a physician's assistant. Her goal is she wanted to quit her job. She actually started with another company and she could only get to 10K. Joined us in 2021. We took her from 10K past 100K per month. Last month alone, she collected 150K. She has a staff size of 12 underneath her. So again, it just shows you how fast this can really happen from 10K in 2021 to now we're at the kind of the end of 2023, and she's been a consistent seven-figure earner.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions on those testimonials? How do you feel? Do you feel like you can resonate with those two?
Oh yeah, I mean, physician's assistant, and she says she has a staff now, so she built it up to where she's hiring people, and I'm interesting to see where everybody, I mean, she said she was with another company before. I'm not sure about the other person. Where did they start? Were they none of them were in the fitness industry at all before?
Yep. So a lot of the people that you'll meet, or a lot of people that we have calls with, they have no personal training experience. They have limited experience. Like they just found out that like, hey, I just know I feel really good when I'm passionate about helping fitness. I'm passionate about helping other people. If you really get fulfillment out of like helping solve people's problems and getting them to the best versions of themselves, that natural heart posture, the money will follow, right? But if you're someone that's only chasing the dollar bill, people can sense that and you're not going to be that.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. All right. So last little thing I want to cover, 73% of our students sign their client in month one. On average, it takes them 1 week to do so. This is a cool stat. So the people that do get their first client in month one, by the end of month four, are averaging over 8K per month. Okay. The individuals that don't sign their client in month one, but by the end of month four, are averaging over 6,500. So just to be a basic mediocre student, 6,500 to 8K at the end of 4 months. And again, that's a lot of people with zero experience. Now, people are able to quit their jobs in an average of 10.6 weeks to go full-time on an online fitness business. So literally just over 2.5 months. If we're completely brand new to this and we don't have any certification, I'll set realistic expectations. I'd say probably closer to 12 weeks to really get you going. Is it possible? Based on how much time you have to invest in this, is possible, but ideally, probably about 12 weeks for you. And then the students who do hit a 10K month, it takes them 13 weeks on average to do so, so just over 90 days. Long-term projection, the people that stay with us for 12 months have 97 clients on their roster on average. Those individuals with 97 clients are averaging 366,000 a year. But at that point in time, you're no longer a one-man show, right?
Right.
I'd say 30 to 60 clients on your own is pretty realistic. Anything over that starts to get a little bit overwhelming. That's when we talk about bringing on, help like an assistant coach, a DM, or running ads, things of that nature. Okay.
And you guys like help guide you with that if that explodes and I'm like, oh God, I got too much. You guys help with that.
100%. Yeah, we'll talk about who to hire first, when to hire them, how to communicate with them, how to like divvy out different tasks and responsibilities so you can focus on the growth aspect. 100%. You got it. And right now our program is getting scored a 4.6 out of 5, which means people are getting massive results for their respectful businesses. Any questions on the averages?
No.
Now, I know you watched quite a few videos. You heard some stuff. Did you get to hear about the 2.5 times your investment guarantee?
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, so just a quick little recap. In order to be eligible for that, just got to attend your game planning call, which is pretty standard. A $10 your one-on-one coaching call. So if you're going to do weekly, just 4 per month, 1 group support call each week. Charge at least the bare minimum suggested price of $250 or more for services, so closer to $350, $400, right? Don't spend longer than 2 weeks on the optional certification if you choose to use that. Run a scholarship program within the first 90 days, which will only get you a lot more clients. Complete the course to 100% completion rate and have no late payments. You do all that, show up and do the work, guarantee you'll 2.5 times your investment or you get 100% refund. Now, year to date, we've helped nearly 3,000 students. We've only had to return 1.6%. So a 98.4% success rating for people that are following those metrics. Does that make you feel a little bit more confident?
Yeah, that's good numbers.
Just got to show up and do the work and you got it, man. Worst case scenario, you make your money back. Best case scenario, you're 2.5 times that bad boy, right?
Yes. And so am I paying each week to the coach for that coach or?
Nope. So that's what we're about to go into next. So it'll be like monthly payments. So there'll be either a payment plan or there'll be a paid in full option. So payment full means we just pay the whole thing up front. We save a significant amount of money. Payment plan means we'll figure out a budget that works well for you and your family. We'll figure out a down payment, spread the rest out over 4 months. Cool.
Gotcha.
All
Okay.
right, you ready to dive in? He's like, just hit me with it. It's only $100,000 in your left kidney. No, no,
Okay.
I'm playing. I'm
Oh.
playing. No, no, there's a payment plan of 10K and then a paid in full option of 8497 that saves you $1,500. Out of those two, which do you think works best for you?
Payment plan for sure.
Yeah, that's what 95% of our students do. That's what I did as well, right? So kind of give you some context on that. Average down is typically about 3 to 4,000. Let's just say on an average, you're putting down 3,000. So we're going 10 or yeah, we're going 10K minus 3,000 will bring you a remainder of 7,000. If we divide that over 4 months, your monthly payments is about 1,750. That's equivalent to you needing about 3 to 5 clients. Do we feel like that's something we could commit to?
No, right now that's a tough goal. I mean, I don't. Yeah, coming from scratch, you know, hearing what you have to say, I'm like, yeah, that it sounds possible. You know, to if it actually works how you guys say it works, yeah. I'm
Cool.
trying to figure out, you know, right now I'm just in my mind like where am I gonna find that first 3,000?
I got you. So it sounds like just the initial down payment is a little much. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Not to worry about that. We'll come back to that, but I want to ask you a couple questions first. Cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, do we feel like there's like 100% alignment with everything that you see? Does this kind of check off all the boxes on what you're looking for?
Yeah, it just definitely checks the boxes.
Awesome. Now, are you 100% confident in your own skill set and ability to follow through with the resources, with the coaching that we'd be providing?
Yeah, I can follow through.
Cool. So the only thing that is just a financial objection, right? We just need to figure out something that makes sense for you and your family.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So let's talk about that. Okay. So we know 3,000 down is a little much. Let me ask you this. How good's our credit? Good, bad, great, amazing, awesome. What's it look like?
Not so good right now.
Cool. Not a problem. So I think the next best option would be what we call in-house financing. Okay. It's pretty cool. What this allows us to do is we take those payment plans and we spread it out over 12 months instead of 4. Now there's a little interest up front, but it doesn't pull on your credit. So instead of like the 10K, it goes to 12K. But if you pay that out evenly out over 12 months, that's about 800, or I'm sorry, that's $1,000 a month. Now, if you pay off within your 4-month time frame, which is the enrollment term, we honor the payment plan of 10,000. If you happen to come up killing it and you got some money and you're wanting to pay off in 60 days, we honor the paid in full option, which saves you that $1,500. So it does a couple things. One, it gets us in the door for a lot less. 2, it incentivizes you to stay on track at that 4-month mark, plus you 2.5 times your investment by that point. And 3, if you're killing it and you're paying it off in 60 days, you save an additional $1,500. Is that something more realistic that we could commit to?
That's more realistic, yeah.
Cool. So are we ready to lock and load?
Well, what's the next step?
So what we do next is if that works for you, we go into like our payment processing system. We put down that initial $1,000. Okay. We go into our client agreement. So everything that I promised you today, we put into an agreement. So I have to hold my word of everything, all the cool stuff I told you about. We got to put that into an agreement. And then from there, your start date would be essentially if you want to start tomorrow, we could, or if you wanted it to have a delayed start date, we could do that as well. But then from there, whatever start date you decide, that would be the beginning of your 4 months. So you'd be able to book your game planning call, you get course access. We'd be diving in.
Okay. Let's see here. Well, as far as initially getting started, I probably won't be able to get started till about the 25th, and the funds
25th.
are available.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. Now let me ask you this. What do we have to work with in checkings and savings? I'm gonna try to think of something that might work a little bit better for you.
Nothing right now because we just had a death in the family. Had to go go through some unexpected trips,
Yeah,
travel
for
and
sure.
stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, so funds are kind of tapped out right now.
I got you. Cool. So I would tell you there's something that we have. I like the in-house financing a little bit better, but we have one that's like a third-party financing company. It's called SweetPay. What allows us to do is we get to take that payment plan and we spread it out over 12 months, but it's only 7% down. So for instance, if it's 10,000 times 0.07, so it's 700 plus a one-time service activation, $59. So to get going today would be $759. Your ongoing monthly payments would just be like right around $800. Do you like the in-house better or the third-party financing option? Which one do you think would work better?
They're probably the third party, but again, I probably won't be able to get started until the 25th.
Cool. So let's go ahead and lock that in. Let's go ahead and set that up. On what time would that work for you on the 25th?
What is the 25th? Hold on. That's a Wednesday, I think.
Yes, sir.
Uh, uh, yeah, that's a work day, so I'll be 12 noon my time.
12 noon. And are you EST or PST?
PST.
PST. Okay, cool. So that will be for me. You're at right now, it's like what, 12:45? So for
Yep,
me,
almost the
cool.
end of my lunch, and I haven't eaten lunch yet.
Okay, I'm getting you out here. So I got you saved for the 25th, and that'll be 2 p.m. my time, 12 p.m. your time. I'm going to put 12 PST. Cool. So in the meantime, I'm just going to send you over some videos that are condensed so you can kind of like review them just in case you want to
Okay.
go over some stuff. And then I'll send you over some slides. And then if you'd like, I can also connect you with a previous student that's now a coach. If you want to kind of ask them more strategic questions, things of that nature. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Cool. So I'll get that set up. Are you on WhatsApp at all by any chance or just text messaging?
Never haven't used WhatsApp at all. I'm like, is that
Okay.
a young man's game? What's going on with
No, we're gonna teach
that?
you all the ins and outs. Don't worry about it. So I'll put you on a three-way text later tonight.
Okay,
I'm gonna find a coach that I think would be ideal for you that you'd really have, some connection with, and you can ask them as many questions and grill them with any questions you want. Cool.
sounds good. Thank you.
Ernie, thank you for your time, brother. Have an amazing day.
I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
All right, later.